It's Monday again. Greetings to you all, my fans. Today, what we're going to talk about today. It seems like I'm too forward today. Meanwhile, I know you had a wonderful weekend. Let me not forget to ask you, how was your weekend? You had fun, right? With the whole bustle and hustle with Nigerian situation, I know you had a great fun. So this week is another week of another hustle, another bustle. So how are you prepared for it? So starting from this motivation, what do you want us to talk about today? I have something special today to talk about. Something looks different. Something that's kind of looks a bit out from what we've been doing together. So this time around, I'll be pushing to your soul, not just to your mind, but I will be talking to your soul too. So because today's topic is going to resonate with each and every one of us, and I know that this economy needs such kind of topic, and that is what I bring you today. What is it? Calmness in the place of storm. Calmness in the place of storm. So remember, I told you guys that I'll be taking most bit of my motivations every Monday from this book, The Success Gallery. So most people that are successful, they will tell you a testimony of their life not being without God. So God is always at the center of their successes. Whether you like it or not, there is a spiritual being that is in charge of your destiny. So you have to recognize that and fall in line. And what am I talking about today? About calmness. How are you going to get this calmness in the place of, place of chaos in this economic situation that is bewildering everyone? Things seems awkward. Things seems to be, not okay and quite disturbing. So how do you find calmness in those times? Maybe you have some expectation, have a business plan, and it seems like it's not forthcoming. The money that you're expecting is not forthcoming. Every resource that is expected to make to forge the business or the project ahead, it seems to be forthcoming everywhere. Seem blur. So what do you do in those times? Do you just fold your hands? Do you go ahead and commit suicide? Do you go ahead and give up? Do you go ahead and say, I cannot do this anymore? Or do you want to be an ambassador of abandoned projects? No. So you just have to be calm at that point, at that place. Calmness is going to be your answer. And how do you come about this calmness? Come about this calmness is not by just saying I'm calm, because it's not going to be easy. It's not by just on your own might. It needs something bigger, something stronger for you to discover such calmness in those trying times. Okay, so I will start by this chapter 6 talks about morals. Knowing God is perfect righteousness. Recognizing his power is where immortality begins. Wisdom chapter 15 verse 3. The book of wisdom, it's about wisdom. Okay, so you got to know God, and that is a perfect righteousness. When you talk about righteousness, it's not about being holy, it's not about being perfect, it's about being at the right standing of your life. Yes, I said the right standing. When you are in relationship with your maker, you are righteous. When you are walking in the presence of God, you are a righteous person. When you are doing things right, yes, you're a righteous person. That is just about righteousness. It's not about being perfect. It's about being holy. Yes, being perfect, you can be holy. Yes, but it's trying to make you know that you have a place in the presence of God. and that is knowing God makes you perfect. You can say, you say, knowing God is perfect righteousness. That will give you the credence for holiness, for being God's number one. Yes, I said that. So, and that is where recognizing his power as well is where immortality begins. When have you actually understood the power behind God? Have you understood that God has this so much power that is limitless, that he is the number one, the existence of all things? When you recognize that, you now call yourself nothing and God everything. When you're in that place of you are nothing and God is everything, you see yourself giving less credence to yourself. You see yourself giving less, recognition of yourself, and then above yourself, recognizing God as the main character in your life, main character in the pursuit of your destiny, the main person that is in charge of your life. So that is the level that you need to operate for you to experience calmness in this place of chaos. Okay, especially in this economic tides. Okay, you need to be calm because God knows everything. Yes, I say he knows everything. Just do your best and leave the rest for God. We are going to be seeing some quotes from some individuals, knowledgeable individuals, have shared in this quest. So someone said, develop an attitude of gratitude and give thanks for everything that happens to you, knowing that every step forward is a step towards achieving something bigger. Someone said, develop an attitude of gratitude and give thanks for everything that happens to you, knowing that every step forward is a step towards achieving something bigger and better than your current situation. You can see. So you just have to develop that attitude of gratitude. You've got to be thankful. At a time this week, I was like, you know, I've always asked God for this, asked God for that. I have some expectations I'm begging God for. And all of a sudden, of my weekend, I something just came to my mind. I was like, what exactly should I be doing? I've asked so much. There's some I've received, some I'm yet to receive, and I've been asking for that for a very long time. I was like, do you think God is deaf? That's the question. Do you think God is not aware of it? Do you think he's like he's yet to hear you? Keep talking about it. I've not heard yet. Like a normal human being. You keep shouting it on top of your voice to his ears. He is not deaf. He is fully aware of whatever that you need. So I felt like let me change my attitude and a bit. Let me just digress a bit and change it to thanksgiving. Thanking God for doing that already. Thanking God for what He has done and what He's yet to do. So I changed the narrative. I said, let me just do it like a fasting. This week I'm not begging for anything. All I'm going to do this week is to thank God. Thank God for everything. Thank God for those things that I need. Thank God for the situation. Thank God that He has done this for me. And that is I hope I'm going to give a testimony. And what I do, I'm going to share it as well. So, but I know that this feeling of thanksgiving, this attitude of thanksgiving gives you that calmness. You have that calmness within you. You have not seen it yet, but you are in the feel that it is done. You are in the feel that God Himself is in charge. He is aware of this particular situation. That's why you say recognizing His power is where immortality begins. You become immortal when you recognize God's power. So I felt so relieved when I began to pray in thanksgiving. Okay, someone even called me, one of my my prayer partners called me. I was like, I need you to, I need to pray for you, and I have so amount of time to pray for you. I say, channel all those prayer to Thanksgiving. Don't just pray for me, just channel them to Thanksgiving. Thank God for all the things that I've been asking for and those ones that He has done. So I feel this belief. It's not that I have gotten all that I need yet, but I know that I'm in that place of calmness, that place that God will definitely do it. He has no option. You know, that is the level that you need to operate in if you want to experience calmness, because God calls us His children, and He said in the Bible that who whose father will his child ask for bread and he will give stone? Who will ask for fish and he will give python? Nobody. Even as wicked as we are as fathers, He Himself is a good God. He's a good Father, that He is not going to treat us that way. So definitely, when you're in the place of thanksgiving, it releases this hormone that makes you happy, makes you feel all right in your body. You feel it all. It's going to affect every part of you. It's going to give you vitality. I can tell you that. You will become like your whole body system becomes, revitalized, you know, become shift from the act of begging, act of feeling sorrowful, act of feeling sadness and anger, to the place of being happy for no reason, being cheerful, being, giving your body that break. Yes, it does give your body break and makes your body heal from all those traumatic, chaotic situations. So that is what this person is doing. Develop an attitude of gratitude. Okay, then this one of my quotes. Don't excuse yourself doing what is wrong for a moment, because it might be a torment tomorrow. Take a deep, take a step and do the right thing in order to share the moment tomorrow. That is by me, Uchendo Bizo. But the other one I spoke about is from Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy, you must have known some of his authored books. So this one is from me. When angry, count to 10 before you speak. If very angry, 100, by Thomas Jefferson. So that attitude, that negative vibes, you got to shift it out so it will not affect you. You got to be in the place of calmness. Okay. Then this one is from the Bible, Psalm 37, verse 5. Commit yourself to the Lord. Trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass. Whatever you're expecting to be brought to pass, you have to commit it to God and just trust Him entirely. Just remove your mind from there and you feel this calmness. And eventually you're going to see your testimony testifying. Hallelujah. Okay. So these are many more. I don't want to, okay. This one I talk about gratitude. Gratitude is the least of all virtues, but ingratitude is the worst of vices. Just people that are not grateful, they are worse than infidel. Those people that are not grateful, you do something for somebody, the person is not grateful. A lot of people that is worse than vices, talked by Thomas Fuller. So, but gratitude is the least of all virtues, and one other person is the greatest of all virtues equally, because in gratitude you see things happen. Things happen in the place of gratitude. Let me tell you, things happen in the place of gratitude. But in the place of ingratitude, nothing moves, nothing happens. In fact, fire quenches in the place of ingratitude. So, okay, this I say from me. Grace is the possibility in us to be what we are supposed to be in the face of God. Without grace, we are mere reality, and our very essence is incomplete. That is by me. This one say God's plan is bigger than the storm. We're talking about storm, calm in the presence of storm. God's plan is bigger than the storm, by Kenneth Copeland. Kenneth Copeland. This one I say patience is the virtue of the strong, by me, Jeno Bizoba. Patience is the virtue of the strong. How many of us can be patient in such situation? To calm yourself and be patient that things will still work out right. So the whole lot of a lot of inspiration from this very book. So, all I believe you have picked one or two points that calmness in the presence of storm is what you need to navigate some life challenges and experiences, especially this wonderful Tinubu economy. So, you just have to be calm, entrust yourself to God, be happy, try to, live in the good moments. Okay, with without feeling the negative moments you are in. Like, you they say somehow this sport finds its place real. Fake it until you make it. Try to be positive about it. You fake your joy, your happiness, and you begin to see yourself fitting in that place of joy and happiness. And remember, trust God, know God, realize that God has an answer to every question. Thank you, and God bless you. Have a wonderful week ahead.